Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I still have not come up with an intro for this podcast yet, but I'm
Part
just
4, no intro.
part four, no intro. You know what I'm saying? We're on a budget, so it's I don't got any writers. I'm doing this off rip. Uh, we have my lovely co-host Bishop.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
You know me.
We have our guest Junior King.
Thank you guys for
Yeah.
having me.
No
Thank you guys for
problem.
having me.
Absolutely.
Music matters more, for real.
Yes, sir. High club. High club matters more.
High clubs in the building. High clubs in the building, baby. We
yeah.
here.
So, I'm gonna start this off by asking, how long have you been making music for?
I would say the first track we've ever made was in, I want to say 2016 or 2017. 2017 probably. SoundCloud days. Shout out to my man Levon. This is how it
Shout
all
out
started
Levon.
right now. I'll give you the little rundown.
Okay.
So
The lore.
the lore, exactly. So when I hit up Levon one day in like 2017, 2016, and I was like, yo, like I just wrote a song and I knew he had a laptop because he's tech savvy, you know? I was like, oh, you got a laptop? And my mom got me like a mic for Christmas or something. And it was like a small little cheap mic, you know? So I was like, oh, my mom just got me a mic. I don't have no laptop or nothing to record on. Like, you got the laptop. Can I come record? And his brother always made music too. So he was kind of like in it. He's like, yeah, come through. So we were in his closet, set up the mic, the laptop. We put a sock over the, or like a do-rag over the mic.
The
and
Dewey.
then, and a little throwback lore. We had a Great Oak High School. That's the high school that I went to in Temecula, California. We had the foam finger. It said like #1 GOHS or whatever. We cut that and made it like a pop filter. And we put it right in front with the do-rag or whatever. And then we did the Ambitions as a Writer freestyle. So the Tupac beat.
No.
Put the beat on, yeah. Put the beat on, and like I did my verse, and then he literally wrote his verse, and like we put it on SoundCloud, and it got some love. It got some love. But like when I hear it back nowadays, I'm like, of course it's a little cringy, So it's like the bars are there, but of course the delivery is so like
Yeah.
it's like a little cringy, So, but we did that, and then like. The next song we dropped was on SoundCloud, and it was called The Sweet Life of D and June. So DeAndre, Levon,
Okay.
and June, me. And we did The Sweet Life of D and June. DeAndre's older brother, Darian, shout out to Darian. He's the reason why we're where we're at today, also, a big part of it. He had they were in the apartments over there. It's actually right above Old Town over here, these apartments. And they had a garage, and it was called, all the garages were numbered. So ours was called G49. And we recorded Sweet Life of D in June in that garage because he had the little garage set up. So we went by G49 for a while. That was like our group, because that's where we recorded our first song.
Dope.
We dropped it on SoundCloud that night. 24 hours later, I remember we were at 600 views, and people were messaging us, and we were sitting there bro,
We made it.
we're making it,
Y'all had a
we were
banger.
excited, bro. This is the first song was cool because we did it in his closet, but this song, his brother had a little more knowledge with the mixing and mastering and just the editing, and it sounded so good, bro. I remember, and it was when I kind of first started smoking, and what was it? It was a strain called Holy Ghost. I think that was the strain when I first started smoking. We were smoking it in there, and I was hearing myself, I recorded it, and he played it back. And there was just a moment, bro. I was it was early in my stoner days, so I was a little more higher than, nowadays. But I had a moment, and I was this shit sound good, And it's bro, we could do this, hold on, we could do this. And he was mixing and mastering his older brother. DeAndre laid down his verse. And yeah, and then we got some plays, we got some love. I was just damn, that was the SoundCloud days, We used to I used to pull up on him. We used to smoke. We used to just write verses and stuff. And it was just the simpler days, in the starting the music stuff,
You said 16, 17, so that you were either senior or fresh out of high school type
I
shit?
graduated 2015.
Okay.
So DeAndre graduated 2016, 1 year after me.
Okay.
I'll start saying Levon now. Shout out Levon, shout out DeAndre. But my man Levon, he's my main man with this. But he graduated 2016. I graduated 2015. So like, 2015 I was doing my thing. I graduated, was trying to get a job. You know how that goes,
Yeah.
like trying to survive. DeAndre graduated 2016. So did my brother Elijah.
Wait, what year did you graduate?
2015.
2015. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
And from Great Oak.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I think maybe when he was still in high school, we were cooking up a little bit, but I think it was right after he graduated. We did like the Ambitions as a Rider freestyle. And that was just like, from that point forward, we were rappers. Like, that's what it is, And his brother was always in it too. So it was destined, And then like back in the day, we used to drop we dropped a couple SoundCloud songs. And then I got like Logic at my dad's house and we like record our own songs, and like I was trying to like be an engineer, trying to record, and we dropped a couple and they were kind of bangers, So like, but when I listen back, it's like, damn, like I didn't do much. I didn't
Yeah.
do much, And then, I don't know, just back in the day, it's like that energy and that vibe, like pretty much was like, oh, we could do this, And then I became more spiritual. I was never like religious or spiritual, but I started going on my nature walks and started going to like a little nature spot here in Temecula. I would just like think and pray on it, And it was just like, I got told by the universe pretty much like, we're going to make it, And ever since I got that, like that vibe or like that confirmation from the universe, like we're going to make it, it's like, there's no going back.
Yeah.
And I would go there every day, even like during the pandemic, which the pandemic was like a crazy time, And we dropped our first EP, the Misunderstood EP. We dropped that right like after the pandemic, or right like during the pandemic, like at the end type, So we dropped like, what was it, like 5 or 6 songs. We did a couple music videos, but like it was still pandemic time, so it didn't like, so it didn't like push as like like people were still inside. We'd had some club bangers. I feel like they would hit. We're gonna keep pushing them now,
Yeah.
but it was like when we dropped, like, it was during the pandemic. So we dropped a bunch of music videos and it was just like High Club, I will say, sorry, I'm yapping, but
No.
High Club, we are High Club. And like what High Club is like higher thoughts, higher vibrations, higher way of living, just like a higher plane of existence where it's like spiritual and it's like, you don't have to be normal,
Yeah.
And it's like, you could like have an idea and you could just do it, like you could just like, you like, and what I tell people, because, I do modeling and acting as my job, and it's like, people will be like, how do I get into that? Or like, people be like, oh, I want to do that. And I'm like, I don't have a manager or an agency. I'm doing it myself. There's like a app called Backstage. You sign up for it for monthly or yearly.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're about to put people onto some game that they didn't even
Listen,
really know
the
about.
thing
He wants
is-
to get free game.
So if you want to give free game, you can give free game because I
thing-
know you. You're very open about this.
I respect
And
people that want to get free game.
Can I say I'm not a gatekeeper?
you are not a gatekeeper. I
I'm not a
appreciate you and I want to let you know what you're doing. But go ahead, proceed. What is the
Listen,
app called?
The app is called Backstage.
Yeah,
And
Backstage.
the thing is,
Real quick, Backstage.
download it. Because keep in mind, if you're watching this from home right now and you really want to do modeling or acting or voiceovers or UGC, where like a company will send you product and you record it right there in your home. They'll give you the script. They'll give you the shots. You record it right there in the home. I did it. Dr. Squatch sent me 15 deodorants, 15 bars of soap. They said, record this, $300 on top of that in the comfort of my own home. If you want to do that, Backstage. And Backstage is something where like you download the app and it's a yearly or monthly fee and you have to put pictures or videos, your portfolio on there. But you could type in any state, any city, any whatever, any range. I'll give the game. I put Temecula, 300 miles from Temecula. Temecula is I live here, So it'll give me any, pretty much any like gigs from Temecula, 300 miles, any which way. It's the midway point. LA, San Diego, Palm Springs,
Yep.
anywhere,
Prime real estate.
Exactly. And that's why I tell people, bro, like, it's a great midway. It's a great mid. I love Temecula, bro. Like, I grew up here, and it's like there's so much talent here. People think they gotta leave. We all right here.
We were talking about this before because so many people growing up. I remember we moved here. I want to say my mom's gonna watch this and probably quote me, whatever. Probably around after the crash, around 2008.
Mhm.
We moved here around then, and we used to grow up in Riverside area, and then we were like, oh, let's go visit this town, Temecula. So many people growing up here. I made the most memories here in Temecula, and so many people growing up here wanted to escape and they wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And it's almost like if you can't find comfort in your own home, then
You're never going to be
you're gonna
comfortable.
you're
leave,
never gonna be
and
comfortable.
like you're gonna be searching for something, and it's like, yeah,
That you can't
might not
find
be,
in-
and it's like, I think that, like, that's the thing right there. Like, I think I'll be good wherever I go.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think, like, just the person I am, it's not about where I am. It's about like what I'm doing, who I'm with. It's like those things, you know. It don't matter where I am, I'm gonna make it happen. You
Yeah.
know. And that's the thing, like Temecula, like I grew, like everyone in High Club pretty much grew up in Temecula, you know. And it's like we're blessed to be able to grow up and know each other for like a decade. But it's like I see so many people that are like, oh, I got to move to LA. I got to move somewhere else. And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, like there's so much talent right here. Like, let's just do it here. And that's what I'm doing now with the High Club Fest and all this stuff. It's like, of course, I work in LA a lot, in San Diego a lot. That's where I make the most money.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's right down the freeway. I don't got to move there. I don't got to move to like the city or like, you know.
Well, then it's tough too, because like as soon as you say you're from LA, if they're from LA, they almost don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And like DeAndre Levon, like he moved to LA. He was there for 2-3 years,
Hmm.
and he was at the grind, and he was making connections, and we would go out there do music videos and all this stuff. But it's expensive, so it's like, you know, he had to get a job to where he's like paying, and he has like, and sometimes like you don't want to get fired, so you want to be able to pay for stuff, so you have to choose your job over the reason why you moved out there.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I'm so blessed with my parents. Like they're helping me a lot, you know, and it's like, you know, my dad used to be like, he used to have this sticky note on the fridge, and it would be like, it was an acronym. I don't remember, like, I can't say letter by letter, but the acronym was that shit don't pay the bills because of the shit we were doing. We tried to, like, me and Elijah, we tried to make the studio at the crib, do all this stuff. And he
He
used
had
to
a
be like,
sticky note.
bro, it was on the fridge. It would be on the fridge to this day. But one time Elijah took it off, not even me. I get paid for my modeling and acting nowadays. And like after a while, Elijah was like I would tell him, oh, that shit does pay the bills, you know? And Elijah took that shit down. He's like, well, that shit do pay the bills, you know? Like you can't say nothing now.
Little
But
did you know.
ultimately, it's like, I wasn't thinking about what my dad believed in, you know?
Yeah.
Like ultimately, like it'd be cool, like if he believed in it, whatever, but like it don't matter. Like people can't see what you see. Like ever since, even when like growing up, I knew I wanted, like I kind of knew I wanted to be a rapper, okay? Like actor for sure. Modeling just kind of happened. Like that's where I make the most money, modeling. That shit kind of just happened.
Yeah.
You know, like getting gigs from backstage. It's like it's all mostly modeling gigs. I do my like acting and all that great stuff. I want to transition more into acting, writing my own like movies and stuff. But like that modeling check is like, it's
Mm.
good, you know, and it just happened, and I'm very blessed. But ultimately, I think of myself as like a rapper first because that's how I started it, you know. And I think I make my money off modeling, but I also want to be like, I see myself as an actor, you know, like too.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be like what I want to do. I took acting classes. Shout out to my girl, my ex-girl. She got me acting classes for my birthday. and
Hold on.
yeah.
I mean,
Hey, shout out my ex too.
can we,
I know you watching, baby. I love you.
Hey, it's all love. That's what it is, bro. No matter what, that's what High Club is, bro. Like we meet people for a reason. It's all love and all, you know.
Hey.
Shout out to my girl. What were you
I
gonna
want
say?
to, it's none of my business.
No, go ahead. Go
but
ahead.
only because we talked about it.
Yeah.
The same girl who was like low key tweaking off the modeling is the same girl that bought acting classes. Because I don't know.
The same. What was the last thing you just said?
The same girl who was tweaking off of the stuff that was happening with the modeling
Mhm.
is that the same woman who purchased the acting classes.
Yeah. I wouldn't say tweaking. But I would
Oh yeah,
say
I didn't know
I
how
would
to.
say
yeah.
it was more of like I will say I used to kind of like ultimately be like, oh, it's dating or being with someone who's a model and actor or something like that,
And
or
it's
even a
new
rapper.
for them too.
I used to say it's not for the I only said this one time. It's not for the weak, and I was like, hold on, that's not right. It's not weak. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody because ultimately, like, I can understand why. You know, like as she might have to watch a show and see me with a fake fake wife
Yeah.
for maybe like a whole movie or 10 episodes or whatever. I wouldn't like seeing her with that, you know? But
She's
ultimately,
justified. for sure.
it's like I still can't even understand or fathom it because she doesn't do that. You know, like, but for me, I've always been that creative or that rapper or that like even when we met, like we dropped the High Clip Tape Volume 1. We've only had one volume, but that was on SoundCloud. And now we're gonna do like the second volume. We have like, we more established. We're gonna do that second volume on all platforms. But when we met, we were dropping that one. And it was like she believed in me, but she didn't know how far it would go. And I guess like until you're really in it, like I started getting gigs maybe 2 years ago when I really started doing it. For that first year, gigs here and there. For that second year last year, shit took off. Crazy, crazy, you know? So I don't blame her for it. You know, it's like, but it's just like unfortunate because it almost like sometimes I'm like, did I do something wrong? But it's like, no. It's just we on different paths. And like I'll say, being with a model, an actor, or like a rapper is like it's not for everybody. And it's not like do not feel bad if you cannot be with one, but like you have to understand why like someone wouldn't want to be with a model rapper actor because that's like that's a lot. Like it's a lot.
I
Like
feel like it's one of those tough situations where like the first time around is going to be hard. It's a
Yeah.
learning experience for both people. But
Definitely.
the second time it happens, you're a little bit more understanding
I-
on both parts of the the spectrum type of shit.
Mm.
and I don't think that she will be with a model rapper actor ever again. I don't think unless it's me. Because keep in mind, like whatever happens, happens. Unless it's me. Hey, keep in mind, like, hey, we weren't toxic. We didn't end on some bad stuff. It was just different paths of life, which is like, I'm okay with that, you know? So it's like, okay, like, damn, you have to understand and be like, that's communication. That's part of being in a relationship.
Yeah.
Understanding, like, damn, like, you didn't treat me bad. I didn't treat you bad. But even after 5 years, it's not no one's fault, but like we on different vibes. We on
Like
different
you
types
said,
of
it's
timing.
the same thing for relationships. Like if it's, you got to be able to take it to the next.
Yeah.
If that's something that you want to do.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a
And
learning-
if
it's a
one
learning
person
experience.
can't do it, like of course your initial reaction is like, damn, like oh, like you know, like even with like me being like, oh, she doesn't want to. It's not that she doesn't want to follow my dreams, you know, or even like her moving it. Like if at first she's like, oh, you can come with me. It's not that I don't want to, but it's like that's your path and that's my path, you know? It's like, damn, like the unfortunate truth is we're on different paths. But that at the end of the day, I want her to be happy. She wants me to be happy. And music matters more.
No, that's the clothing brand.
Oh,
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
And that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's like we want each other to be happy. And that's why we still hang out to this day, is like we love each other. It's not about love. And that's what, like, when I give my advice, as long as you got love, respect, understanding, because communication is one thing, but you cannot, like, you have to have communication and understanding. You can't just have one, you know, like, you have to communicate and understand, because you could communicate and be like, yeah. And then, like, not understanding it still be wrong, you know? So
I feel like communication is literally one of the key aspects into a relationship. But
Mhm.
not only that, it's like it's hard to find somebody who is completely on board with everything that you are doing. And you
Yeah.
cannot sit there and expect somebody to be on board with everything.
you can't
and
blame them
You can't blame.
for not being on the same type of
Just
time that you are.
because you can communicate it doesn't mean they're going to be able to understand
Exactly.
it, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. It's like, like, that's
Sucks.
why we're kind of on, it's like, but our relationship was so beautiful 5 years. Like, I hope we could just take the good things and then go our separate ways, And I think that's what we're doing,
Yeah.
know? And I guess I say all that to say this, back to the backstage thing. If you want to be a model, actor, voiceover, do any of those things, and like backstage is how I do it. And like you just upload your portfolio, upload your pictures, your videos, your rap music videos, anything. And then you set your like distance and you apply to gigs.
How much do you pay a year?
Technically it's $200 a year, but if you're watching me right now, DM me now, because like since I already have it and I pay, I have a referral code. And if I send it to somebody, which a couple people have done, it's $75 instead of $200 for the year.
For the year?
For the year. If not, then it's like $25 a month. So listen, I'll send. I'll put the link in my bio if people want it.
Buddy, we're gonna put the link in the YouTube description.
Exactly.
We're about to get you some referrals.
And I tell people think that I have like an agent or like a manager. Backstage is where I make the most of my money. You could do it too, but the work that you have to put in is like, if you don't got headshots or videos, take one day to take them. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to hire a professional. Hire somebody that could get your angles, whatever, like, and could do a video of you monologuing, doing something. It really doesn't matter. Cause like for me, I just took pictures like for my Instagram. I put that on Backstage. And then I got like, everything happens for a reason. There was a lovely shorty who she posted about her jewelry brand. And it was like, oh, I'm looking for models. And, I applied for it. My first ever like pretty much gig. And then she hit me up. She's like, oh, like, send me some pictures. I took my own like model pictures. And she's like, oh, I want you, And that was like a paid gig. And those pictures were done by a photographer. Shout out to my man, like, I forget his name, but shout out to him. But I follow him. Maybe I'll tag him when this comes out. But yeah, and those pictures that he took, I got back, because she paid me, which was I didn't even like confirm that I was getting paid or anything. She just booked me, and it was like 3 hours, $60, so maybe $20 an hour, and I was like, oh shit, like I got paid to model, like to sit there. It was in
You got paid to be you. That's the crazy part about it, bro.
And that's the thing too. It's like, I always kind of like, I've had braces, shout out to my parents. They got me braces. I've been told I got a nice smile, so it's like, I might as well use it, good investment, right? Good investment. So it's like, I took those pictures. They were very nice, man. I took those pictures and I uploaded my Instagram pictures. Then I got that first gig. And then I got that first gig, my first commercial, posted that on my Backstage. And then from that, I just keep, and it just builds and builds. And then it was like, damn, like I meet people on set every day, and it's like the people I've known for the last 2 years that I met on set, they'll like, even back in the day, I look up to them, but they'll be like, oh, like you out here grinding, you doing your thing. So they're giving me these words that like I'm doing something and I'm like,
positive
damn, I'm looking at y'all like I'm trying to get like y'all, but it's like when I hear that, I'm like, oh shit. It's easy to have imposter syndrome when you're new, but it's like you take the step back and you're like, oh shit. Because you're looking at the next thing, how to go to that next level. But then it's like you step back and you're like, oh shit, look at where I am from like last year.
You're already there.
It's like, oh shit. Wow. It's like, and so I'm very blessed. And I've met so many people, man. So many people on these shoots and these sets. And we all have the same goal, whether it's music, or whether it's like acting or modeling. It's like, we're just trying to create. We're just trying to make it happen, trying to make a way. But like, yeah, like just being on like this modeling, I never really thought of myself as a model. Even like nowadays, like I'll tell people I'm a model, but like, because I thought of myself as like a rapper or actor, even before I was acting, it's like, oh shit, I am a model, Because I work for so many brands for their social medias and I model. It's like, damn, that's where I make my money, for real, But now it's like I told people, I give the little spiel, I'm doing my thing, but like, I want to act. I want to be in movies and shows, and I want to produce my own. And shout out to Isaiah, my cousin, because I'll give him an idea, and he's a script writer, and he'll literally the next day send me a little script, and then I'll be like, I'll be reading it, and I'm like, damn, like, okay. And then like early next year, we're gonna get that first one going. You know, that first one. And I met so many people in the last 2 years that could really help me get that first one going. I just got so many big plans. And I know I'm talking more about like acting and modeling, but even then, like the High Club Fest that we did just this last year was our biggest event yet. And it's like, damn, like, you know, I've been doing it for my birthday show for the last 3 years. But it's like last year, like we were able to have vendors, food vendors, and like more like people selling stuff. And so many more businesses donated items for our giveaways and stuff. Like the backing that we have is so like it's inspiring. You know, it's like, damn, like even like being here with y'all is like, this is inspiring. Like so many, like,
Thank you.
that's why I say like so many talented people and individuals here, we come together, the world's ours. We're unstoppable. You know,
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, this ain't my podcast, but and I know that music matters more. But like we said, at the end of the day, bro, like talk about what you love, type shit.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Because, bro, someone's gonna watch this and it's like if the things I'm saying now, I seen somebody say this stuff, I'd be like, oh, okay. Like if I would like, and it's like everything happens for a reason. Like I can't be like, oh, I wish I knew about backstage years ago.
The thing
But it
about
is.
this though is this is gonna blow up in a certain different type of way. It may take a little bit longer than normal, but somebody's gonna find this and be like, nobody's ever talked about what you just
For
talked
real,
about. For
yeah.
one, for two, the way that you said that some people are giving you your recognition for what you have done and whatever is the same way that I already feel. Like, because I'm sitting there around certain people and like I'm interviewing audio engineers and whatever that I was thinking about for my second location. And it's like, they're 32, 34, 36. And it's like this last guy I talked to, I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to be respectful, but it's like we're in the interview and he's over there talking to me and he's like, holy crap, you're 25 with a studio already in the middle of Old Town Temecula. And it's like, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I'm over here thinking, what's next? What's next? What's next? And it's like, that's all I can think about. And it's
Yeah.
like, he's over there thinking, like, he still has a studio. He's 32, still has a studio in his home and is making his income out of his home. And it's like, some people never got the opportunities and chances that may have been presented to me. And it's like, I don't even think I'm doing enough yet. But to other people,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
That's
I feel
how
like
it
it's all
is.
about perspective too, though.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
I'm proud as shit of you for like the fact that we're even talking about a second place for you to do your shit, bro, is crazy.
Thank you.
Even just being here, like, bro, like
Nigga, we're second.
like, we're-
Second is
this
crazy.
your spot. This
Second
your
is
spot right
crazy.
here. That's crazy.
But at the same time, if you had your own house,
Yeah.
I don't think you'd be doing.
This.
You feel
Yeah.
me?
But that's what's next too. It's like
You feel
know,
me?
Yeah.
But that's
because
it's different parts of life. Some people got their house first type shit
mhm.
yeah.
and were able to do what they wanted and you're doing what you want, and then maybe that'll come
After.
from doing what you want.
Yes.
type
This is
shit.
what I don't want to technically like. If you didn't have this, would you be able to like get your like? You
I mean,
would get
I have
your own
an
spot
I have
probably.
an apartment.
Mhm.
I just don't have my own
Yeah,
home.
exactly.
Yes.
But you chose it, and the thing is like, bro, this is gonna pay off. You know, like this, like even just me being here, like is inspiring, and like because I love doing this,
Thank
and
you.
I haven't been on a podcast yet. You know, and I like bro, like you said, bro, keep in mind, bro. You don't think I've been trying to do a podcast for years? Because I want to listen to people. I got shit to say, but it's like, thing is, you just have to do it, and you're doing it. Like that's the, and I know I'm doing things in my own way where people are like, oh, I want to do that, and you're doing it. But it's like even then, like I have so many things that I want to do that it's like in due time they'll come. But for now, it's like we're doing the things that we have to do now, and you're doing this, and I love it.
I'm not gonna lie. There was so many things in 2024 that I was like, I said I was gonna do, and this year was the year that I definitely dropped the most music, and there's a lot of things that complications that came in between, but I've been wanting to drop a podcast for the past 3 years, and it's like I told myself it's like I almost got to the point where I'm doing this full time as my job. And it's like I dropped a good amount of music, probably not as much as I should have been, but I've also been focusing on recording my clients. I've been focusing on getting content out.
You're running a business. With
I'm
it.
running a business. I'm making sure everything's straight. but it's like I told myself it's like I'm looking at the amount of accomplishments I've made in 2024, and I was like, I need to get this pod out before the year ends, so that way I can say I started this podcast in 2024 as well.
It's just doing it. That's the
It's
thing. Like,
just doing it.
like even like, and I've been saying that like getting our first film out, like we've kind of been talking about it, and now it's like I met so many people that I think could really help me. Like, I don't know what's stopping me technically, you know, like, but it's like now it's like now I'm more confident than ever, you know,
Yeah.
and like I have to like do it January of 2025. Like
No
I can't
questions
wait
asked.
any further because I should have been did it technically in my mind. I
Yeah.
should have did it, you know? So it's like, but then ultimately it's like everything happens for a reason, but now it's like free will, do it. Do it. Like there's nothing stopping me. And like even with music, like I'm pretty much known as a rapper out here, but like people tell me drop, 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 and I don't drop much, you know? And it's like I have music in the vault. And like when people be like, "Oh, I fuck with your song," or like I need more music, I'll be like, "Damn, I do." You know, like and I love that. Hearing people telling me like you need to drop more, like I'm like, damn, like I know. Like, you know, I know. And I have so much in the vault. Like 2025 is just like, just drop it. You know,
How
just create.
Since we're on the music part, I got 2
Yes,
questions.
sir.
Who are the 2 musical artists you feel like inspired your type of music the most? As well as the second question may be for both of y'all, because I've been thinking about it since we started.
Yeah.
Because I know that you are really good at freestyling, but you can't stand writing. And I know that you are writing, but you don't freestyle.
I don't.
I'm curious as to like why. As someone who doesn't make music, why is it? I understand it's easier, but like why?
So I'll start off by saying I'll answer your first question.
Mhm.
And I'll always say this is my favorite rapper, Levon. My man Levon.
Gang.
Levon.
Yeah.
He's my favorite rapper.
Put the
He'll always
team
be my
on.
favorite rapper. Listen, cut this clip in here. Edit this. I was on Guess the Rapper with FaZe Clan and Trippie Redd. They asked me that same question, and I said, Levon's my favorite rapper. And they were like,
Who's the one?
they're like, who's Levon? Like, that's not a real person. And I doubled down. I was like, Levon's my favorite rapper.
Just because they don't know him doesn't mean he's not
They're-
real.
They're like, whatever. I think I got eliminated from the game show because I was standing on Levon's my favorite rapper. And like, I love that. And I was like, bro, I said it before. I say it
That's
again.
love.
Levon's my favorite rapper. And he's the reason why I'm here. He's the reason why I'm doing this shit. So I will say Levon is my number 1 favorite rapper. And he's the reason why, like, and he drops, man. He's when it comes to high club like rappers, I know we start off making music and we're more than that. We got a skate team, we got actors, we got models, we got, you know, script writers, we got gamers. But like DeAndre been holding it down. Sorry, let me say Levon been holding it down for high club.
Is
the
Levon
music.
his artist name?
Yeah, that's his middle name and his name. So
Dope.
he been holding it down. And like a lot of my music that I've dropped is with him.
Yeah.
Because he'll send me a track, he'll let me get on it, and like it'll be so different that it makes me be different. It makes me rap different, you know? It's just like
Influence.
bro's like that's my man's, right? You know, that's my man. So he's my number 1 favorite rapper. And of course, like even on my Spotify rap, you know, whatever it is, like it was Kendrick and J. Cole and then Levon. So it's like
What's your favorite song by him?
Levon?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite song, I'd say some songs that I listen to nowadays and like I like rapping in the car is his songs Mental Issues, which is just like a banger. And then 440 ounce is that's a banger too.
Mental
then
issues.
Mental
440
Issues,
ounce.
listen, Mental Issues, 440 ounce. He drops bangers, man. The next generation. Keep in mind, like I think we're all the next generation, but he's the leader of the next generation. He's like he's paving ways.
How you spell his name?
That's my man. Levon. And his Instagram and his Twitter and all his socials are It's Levon. ITSLEVON. So, and you know, and we have a high club page. And we're trying to get more active on that. Of course, like I'm active on my Instagram with my like commercials and stuff or whatever, but High Club G49. And, like,
Oh,
that's the
you
thing.
guys kept the G49?
When we made the High Club page and the YouTube, we were like, you know, it was like High Club. We were choosing the name, and we couldn't just choose High Club. even though like it was taken, I would look it up and there was no pages with it because there was other variations like Mile High Club or like any of those other things. We're like, all right, fuck it, like G49. If we're gonna put something like, and that has meaning because it's like that's the garage we started in.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we're High Club, and it's like High Club G49 is where you can find like our socials, But yeah, that's High Club, man. Like I give people a spiel, higher thoughts, higher values, and I truly believe in this shit because like it's just yeah. When I first started meditating and stuff, that's where I was told by the universe. And I truly believe.
Who? Well, did you want to answer that other question
Yes.
about writing?
Yes. I guess freestyling is like one of those skills that you have to practice, and I guess I just don't practice enough. I'll get drunk and I'll spit something because it's like the confidence, and I'll be like, "Oh shit, wait, I can freestyle." But then ultimately, it's like if I have to be a certain amount of drunk, then I'm gonna go ahead and say I can't freestyle.
And that's why I asked too, bro, because it's like he's really good at freestyling, but he refuses to write.
To write.
And I don't know, and that's why I asked.
See, and that's that thing where it's like someone will send, and I'm like, that's me like dropping music. I rarely have songs by myself. I have a couple, but it's like I love collabing with people. Like if you send me your song and be like you got an open verse, I'll write and I'll make the best verse, But it's like when it comes to freestyling or sitting like at a studio, like I can sit there and write and I'll lock in, but like even on the Guess the Rapper, the YouTube thing with FaZe, like what's crazy is, bro, like they were like, we knew kind of what was gonna go down. The very first thing, bro, they're like, we're gonna give you a word, you freestyle it. And I'm sitting there, I'm third in line, fourth in line, do. I'm like, fuck. And I knew it because I was trying, like, even before I was like, what words might they say to have us freestyle? And they already kind of used those words. I knew they were gonna say FaZe. They started that early, and I was like, fuck. The first guy kind of like fumbled, the second guy, whatever. They got to me, and they're like, oh, rap. And I was like, anything? They're like, yeah. I was like, rapped a verse. Rapped one of our verses. And they're like, okay, because if they would have gave me like a random word,
like the freestyle type,
niggas might not think
called
I'm a
your
rapper.
bluff type shit.
Keep in mind, even before, bro, one of the FaZe Clan guys were like, well, just because of rappers doesn't mean they can freestyle. I want to be like, yeah. You see, like, hey, like, just because I'm not freestyling, like, I can, but it's like, bro, keep in mind, bro, we were there. This is a whole different thing. It's not just, if we were freestyling right here, that would be different.
Yeah.
But freestyling in front of 5 celebrities, and being like, they're judging you. That's the only thing they're doing, judging you. So it's like, before we even got there, it was supposed to be Roddy Ricch, right? Roddy Ricch. He shows up. We're all sitting there, nervous, ready. He gets there. We're like hyping each other up. Let's fucking do this. By the way, side note, I met my man, Joe Fernandez, on that set. Shout out to my man, Joe Fernandez, because I met him on that set, and he's a producer. He's an actor. He's a magician. He's so talented. Magic, bro. He does everything, bro. He's so talented, bro. And that's my man. We were on Pictionary together, the game show. We won some money on Pictionary. That's my man's, bro. And so he was there. He made it easier for me. He was right after me because I was like 5th and he was 6th, and there were 6 of us. But anywho, we Roddy Ricch got there. We're all fucking hyping each other up. Let's go do this, y'all. Let's do this. Producer comes in. Oh, Roddy gotta leave. But if you guys wait here 2 hours, Trippie Redd will be here. So now we're like, okay, the shoot was supposed to be 2 to 3 hours. Now we're already 3 hours in. Now it's like, we gotta wait 2 hours. We're in the FaZe warehouse. And they're like, okay, like shit. Let's do it. They said there was a half pipe, a half-court basketball court, go-karts. They said you guys could do whatever.
Turn up.
We was in that bitch geeking. We were riding around the go-karts. We was fucking playing basketball games. We was fucking skating. We was riding scooters, drinking fucking Chug Rug, whatever it is, or whatever it is. Bro, that shit was so much fun, bro. It was so much fun. I got videos of that shit. It was so much fun. And then finally, Trippie Redd pulls up. And they're like, all right, y'all get ready. And now we're back in fucking nervous mode. But we just was geeking for the last 2 hours. So now we're all tired. So when people like, I feel like when you watch that, you could like kind of be like, damn, where's the energy? Because we were just geeking for 2 hours. We were having our own fun for 2 hours. We finally do it. I think one of them mentioned it. They're like, oh, like, where's the energy? And I wanted to be like, nigga, you came 2 hours late, 5 hours late. Like, what you mean? You know, like, but you know, they got Trippie Redd after a couple hours. But other than that, like, it was fun, and it was like my first real like video where I had to fucking just act. And it
Show
was
out.
like one of those things where it's like I was still being myself, but it's like next time it's like content. You know, that's what they're looking for. Like, don't like just do, just act. Just, and you know, that was like early.
And that's the thing.
So like
bro.
now it's like I can act, I could pretend, I could get clips, you know, type shit.
That's the thing about this social media shit, bro, is that literally everybody on there is an actor.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
Dead ass. Stable. What's
Stable
Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
He was there. This was before he was really popping. I didn't know him like that. I didn't know any of those FaZe guys. I knew a couple of them, and I knew Trippie Redd. But then it's like, damn, like they're judging
Whoa,
us.
you didn't know FaZe Adapt?
FaZe Adapt. I knew FaZe Adapt.
Okay.
He was the main guy.
Yeah.
I knew FaZe Adapt.
Bro, the store that I work at in Carmel, I don't really follow these FaZe dudes. But when I first started there, that's what they told me. They were like, yo, the FaZe guy, he's always here at the store. Like, he's always here. Like, the
FaZe bro.
I don't know who or what, because I'm sure there's a plethora of FaZe people.
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
Because there was FaZe, his name is Destroying, and he's a kicker. And like,
Oh, was he FaZe?
he's FaZe now. And he like, so at that time he was FaZe, and I think he still is. But I knew him, and I knew a couple of the FaZe guys, and I knew Trippie Redd. But it's like, even like Kyler Murray's a FaZe guy, and like they're adding celebrities to FaZe.
Whoa,
you know?
whoa,
So,
not anymore, because they did a
Kyler Murray.
big kick. They did a big kick.
so they did
Yeah,
like a
they
little
wiped out
reset
all the
type shit, yeah.
celebrities. They wiped out Snoop Dogg.
Well, now they have a
and,
whole
like-
fresh new thing. Because when they did that video and they dropped it, people in the comments were like, FaZe is back. You know, like FaZe, like,
Yeah,
of course
yeah.
there's haters like, oh, what is this? But it's like, do you guys know Beta Squad? Beta
Mm,
Squad is like these group of people across the pond in like Europe. I don't know where they're from.
Is that like isn't what's the name of part of it? Like Loki a part of it? The boxing homie with the dreads.
KSI?
Yeah, is he?
No, but he's
Like, has he
be in
been on a
videos.
couple of the videos?
Yeah, so there's
Okay.
like his name's Nico and Philly and Chunks and like those guys.
Yeah.
They're across the pond, you know, as they call it. And like they did the guess the rapper first, and then FaZe did it.
Okay.
And then so people were like, "Oh, Beta Squad's is better." Keep in mind, I fuck with Beta Squad, whatever. But I was in the FaZe one now, so it's like. But even then, like people would like comment. They like I commented on it. It got some love. People would come and see like our music and shit. But it was like, it was a cool thing. And then people would be like, oh, like because it was guess the rapper, and like I'm a rapper, but I wasn't the rapper on there. The rapper was someone who was, I think he was signed or something. He has like whatever. So people would be like messaging me like, oh, I saw it, but like you were the rapper.
You weren't the
know?
rapper?
You were the rapper. And I was like, no, like they're like, oh, like they wanted rappers on there. So it's not like randoms rapping against a real rapper. They want rappers rapping against a real rapper. But they're like, it's not that you're not a real rapper, but it's like, you know, we need rappers. And then
Yeah.
there's only one guess the rapper. You
Yeah.
know? I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like a celebrity or whatever, but it was someone who's like, shout out to my man Kid Gotti, man. He was the rapper on it, and he's very talented, and I'm still connected with him to this day. LA rapper, man, he be cooking. His uncle's corrupt, and they be cooking. So
Kid Gotti.
Kid
I
Gotti,
think
man,
I
that's
might
fine.
have get him on the pod. I think I might have heard
he'd
of
be
him.
down. I'll send you all the link for real. He's very
Yeah.
talented. I'm gonna get a track with him. He just did like, I just seen something the other day you posted. It was like a car lot, like car salesman, and he did like a jingle or like a commercial for them, and he was rapping. That shit was so tough, man. That like, I want to do that. You know, seeing that is like, damn, like no one else. I ain't seen no one else do that.
That's a
And that
vibe.
shit dope.
It reminds
you
me
know?
of
like,
you ever seen the Jamie Foxx show?
yeah.
That
See?
was his job on there. He made
Yeah.
jingles.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
like, I love that. Just creating, bro. And this is the type of people that I meet on random sets. I could be doing anything that day, drinking alcohol, fucking doing like wearing a article of clothing, rapping or whatever. But everyone I meet, so cool, man.
No,
So
just
cool.
being outside with you tonight, your demeanor is like, yo, I want to meet everybody type of shit.
really.
And I'm just watching it, but it's a calm version of that.
Yeah.
You feel me? You're not just like, yo, hey, nice to meet you. It's
Yeah.
like, yo,
I do think I'm
You know?
very approachable. That's what I
Yeah.
realize is like people will come to me and like, but I love it. I love like networking. I love connecting and talking to people and like, yo, if someone vents to me, I'll sit there for hours, let them do it. I'll let them do it. And that's just who I am. You know, like
it's a
I
blessing.
love
and a
the
curse.
connection, man. I love talking to people and I love listening to people.
Who came up with the name High Club?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a funny story, actually. I suppose. So High Club, of course, we're a collective, and I'll say like we're a collective. We make music, we make movies, we have a skate team. We're actors, models, we're creative. You know, higher thoughts, higher values, higher vibrations, all that. But ultimately, it started out as a friend group. You know, and when I first started smoking, shout out to my homie Pierce. Um, he's in Colorado right now. White boy, do you know Pierce?
Mm-mm.
He's like, I guess he is the only white boy in our group besides you. You're part of the group now, but growing up, he was the only white boy in the group, and we used to kick it in his garage. I was working at Pachanga, bro. Pachanga, like when the buffet was there, the buffet got closed down because of the pandemic.
I heard the buffet was crazy.
Bro, I used to work there.
I
pretty
heard
much,
so
bro,
many stories.
My job was pretty much to do what everyone else didn't want to do, you know? So it was, and it was my first job. So, and I was making money, making tips, whatever. But Pierce lived right down the street from the from the buffet from Pachanga. I'd pull up on him every day after work and we'd smoke. And like we'd get like little pre-rolls from like the little dispos that would pop up when it wasn't legal like that, you know?
Like
Just
like the Fallbrook one, the one off Rainbow.
You know what it is? Come
you
on,
get the
high church.
the
That's what it
green-
was.
$3 to
Bruh,
$5
the green
free
cross.
rolls.
Hey,
The green cross
green
on the
cross,
hill. Bro, me and my dad was there together when that
Bro, they used to get
that
free
shit
dabs.
got raided.
Come on,
Free dabs
dude,
every
yeah.
time.
I-
They had one Mexican lady who would bring. She had regular tacos, and then she had weed infused tacos.
See, they used to give out the
Bro,
People don't even know about
People
that,
don't
bro.
even know about that. They used to,
Bro,
they used to take the weed out the jar, let you touch it, smell it.
Yeah, they do.
Bruh.
What a time,
that
bro.
was the
What a
most
fucking
Bro.
to be
time,
honest,
bro.
that
The
was the
ghetto
most
clubs
ghetto
Are
dispo.
the best ones.
But
As
they
long
got-
as they can stay open.
they got shut down so much because it wasn't regulated and people would
That's
rob.
the issue.
People would come up with guns
That's
and
the issue.
rob them, and what they
Well,
can't call the cops
bro.
because they weren't legit.
Well, and where they're at, that's prime real estate to
That
rob
is-
somebody.
that is, bro. What a time, bro. What a time,
It's prime
bro.
real estate.
Yeah.
So,
it's prime,
prime
real
real estate
estate,
to
right on the
Jacksonville.
hill,
but
right up
back
there
in the
off
day,
Rainbow.
man, we used to get pre rolls from over there, bro.
Sorry,
You have
I
to
got
go up
excited.
you
Green
have to go
Cross,
up
Green
a-
Cross
you
is
have
my
to-
spot, bro.
You have to go up a dirt road,
For real.
bumpy ass dirt
Go
road,
Rainbow,
divots
go
in there.
Rainbow.
Bro, there was
yeah.
a gun. There was a gun. Like there was like a shooting range. Like,
Oh, bro, I would go there. I would hear gunshots. I'd be like,
Bruh.
someone said there's a shooting range right next to it.
bro, unreal.
Crazy, bro.
I'm sure,
Crazy.
like you said, regulations. Like
That's
it
what it-
wasn't.
What a time, bro. 'Cause that's when I
They didn't
first-
get approved for
That's
nothing.
when I first started smoking. Bro, that was when the shit was really good though, because we get 3 pre-rolls. Me and my dad and my brother, we'd smoke one, share one, half of one. All 3 of us be geeking in there.
Bro.
At the crib, you know, and that was the time we would just smoke.
Bro, I think you could get 5 pre-rolls from there for $10
That's
or
what
something.
it was. It was like a
Remember
3
when they
for-
had the big?
it
Yeah,
was
bro.
3 for 10 or something like crazy. And it was like,
Yeah.
bro, they were good.
Bro,
Those
me
my
and
go-to.
2 other homies, we would have an hour lunch break, and we worked on Temecula Parkway.
Hmm.
So you know what we did on our lunch break.
Where'd you work?
But we used to pull up like literally every day that we worked together. We would pull up to the Green Cross because it was $5, bruh. $5 for dabs,
is,
and they
they
would give
did.
you unlimited
On
dabs.
certain days, they would have a deal. You spin the wheel, or like you have a deal, and it was like, damn, what a time, bro. And that's the thing. When I first started smoking, and it'll lead back into what we were talking about. We would get weed from there, go to Pierce's.
Is that empty? You just finish that?
Mind your business.
Bro, how dare you?
This is Celsius and whatever the dark liquor is. But we would go to Pierce's house.
This is tasty. Can I take
Go
it?
ahead, go ahead. Hey, take as much as you need. We would go to Pierce's house. We had smoke, and you know, shout out to Pierce. He don't care. He
Shout out,
won't
Pierce.
care about this story, but like it would be me, him, and his first girlfriend that moved in with him. This was when he first went to San Marcos freshman year. This was 2016, early. We were youngins, and we were in there smoking, bro, every day. I'd pull up on him. We'd bring weed, or I'd bring weed. We'd order fucking Domino's, get snacks from the gas station. We just smoke every day, bro. And it was kind of like my escape from like Pachanga, like working, you know, like the buffet. Not just like, I'll be looking forward to just smoke a blizzy with my mans, you know? And then we would be kicking it, like, and then like his girl, like, we kind of like, we're like, I think I was like, oh, we should have like a name or something, you know? And she ended up coming up with it, like High Club. Like that was our little like club, like High Club, because we're getting high and it's like our club. I was like, oh, that's cool. So we started using it, but it was mostly me and him kicking it. She had work and she would do it, and then they broke up, she left, whatever. But I'll credit her with it. She kind of came up with High Club, but then after that, like even then, she messaged me like maybe last year or 2 years ago, and like, because I was like post High Club stuff, and she was like, oh, High Club going up, and it was like respect, because she know what it is, but she's not like being like, oh, I came up with that or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like that's how we came. It started off like us in the garage smoking High Club, and like now it's turning into something greater, bigger. Like I almost tell like even my homies, we started off with niggas that was a part of it, and they might have their own shit going on. They'll always be a part of High Club, but now that we're turning it into a business, like there'll always be OG members of High Club, but now High Club the business is like we can't just have anybody.
No,
It's
like,
cool
gotta
because
be-
it's like
Yeah.
it's a dope name. It's simple, but it's also like professional.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I tell people, because people be like, oh, is it just about smoking? And I'll be like,
Yeah.
no, like we do. But I'm like, I'll give them the higher thoughts, higher vibrations, higher values. Keep in mind, the merch that we're going to do with High Club, the things we're going to do, like, it's like the vision that, like, it just feels like it's right. Even though sometimes we'll go by the High Club, THC, that's the acronym. And we could do that. We're going to have a weed brand. We're going to do that stuff, But it's like sometimes we'll be the High Club, sometimes it's High Club, So it's like, that's just there, And it kind
Yeah.
of like, I could feel that. Even then, when I used to like meditate and go to my nature spots, I'll go there every day, especially during
Where
the
would you
pandemic.
go?
It's, do you know where Vail Ranch Middle School is?
Yeah.
There's a gated community across from it. And there's like there's like
You
a
talk-
trail.
Yeah, those trails that go
There's a
back
trail
up
that's
in the
behind
hills.
over there. And like you go past the trail and there was like a little like makeshift waterfall or whatever, like little thing. And I would just be there, bro. And I would just be like it would be at the end, so not very many people came. And I would just like meditate and breathe and just like manifest, say things about High Club and about the things, our next shows or anything. And then I would just get signs from the universe. This is why I really started becoming spiritual. Like it would just be like signs from the universe. Like I would be like God, universe, trees, sun, birds. Like, give me a sign if we're gonna make it. If High Club, we're gonna make it regardless of anything. And I'll get a buzz on my phone or some shit like that. And I'll look 1111 or some shit like that. Or like, bro, I had this thing where it's like this yellow butterfly. I'm sure it was different butterflies, but a yellow butterfly would come by anytime I would give a little prayer or whatever. And I just took that as like an ancestor or a sign. And whenever it happened and it was almost too good to be true, whenever it was like too good to be true, it's like it's not. Like it's happening right there in front of my face. I'd be like, give me a sign right now. If we're gonna make it right now, I'd look up yellow butterfly. That hasn't been there all day. And I was there for an hour type shit. And it would be like, how can I deny that? So from that point forward, after weeks of that, even if like I haven't been going back or anything, like my mind cannot go anywhere besides we're gonna make it. Whether it's like, and I say weird because like all the people around me, High Club, whatever. Like ultimately, like I know, like like High Club is like Levon. He has like WIDB, like that's his brand. Like We in the Bit is what it stands for. We in the Bit, yeah. And he be
Wait.
saying it. We be saying We in the Bit, and High Club is all of us. But like High Club is also something that like is like my baby. So where it's like,
Can I ask you a question? So, when you do incorporate all of this into a business, who, and I don't want to separate you
Yeah.
guys, so don't.
Oh, yeah.
Who is going to be the High Club
started it?
leader?
let me say, I am that guy, and I will say like even the last High Club Fest, like I think like all the High Club puts in
Accumulatively,
work,
yeah.
but it's like ultimately my mind is at the end of the day, if every single one of them was like, I don't want to do this, High Club
You
is
would
still
still continue
It's
High
still
Club.
it's still a thing. It's
Yes.
still like I'm still gonna make it happen regardless.
Are you the
So it's like-
oldest?
I am.
Big
I
bro.
am.
Out of
I am.
everyone,
That's
Yeah,
big bro.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm the oldest, and it's like
I feel like no matter what, you and your brother will always
That's the thing.
continue
My
to do
man,
it.
like Elijah, like Levon is my right hand in like creating and like keeping me like on that music shit and like all of that. But like that brother relationship is different. You know, like he's my right hand for like since like he was born. You know, like
Yeah.
that's my man's. So I feel like regardless, like having that in the back of my mind, regardless of whatever happens, like he's always gonna be there with me. And he's a writer. Like he fucks with the vision. It's not like he's just like someone that I want to be a part of it. He's actually a part of it, you know?
Yeah.
So and like even our shows, bro, like for the last 3 shows, 4 shows, I remember that first one, I was like, you're hosting this next one. And he's like never hosted a show or never did, but I threw him up there, you know? Cause like I got other shit to do, you know? Like I'm always the one doing it. And he literally did it. He did it amazing. And now he's like hosting all of our shows, you know? And he knows like he'll do it, you know? He knows that he's gonna make it happen. So, and with that, it's like the High Cliff Fest, we do it around my birthday usually. And it's like, I'm okay with putting in the work and doing like I'm just good at talking to businesses, talking to people. But now it's like, okay, like this next one is like, okay, now it's getting bigger. I need to be like, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this, and like we all do it, you know? So
Actually kind of like direct it and put
yeah,
the pieces together.
Cause like I'll like do it myself, but then ultimately it's more of like the behind the scenes thing, you know, where it's like I was so
Managing.
just putting it together that it was like, oh, I didn't realize how much it was. You know, where it's like
Yeah.
after I don't want to do shit. You know, after the High Club Fest, it's like, damn, I just did so much. But then now it's like, okay, like we have so many guys. It's like instead of just doing it myself, I could be like, okay, like
Everybody
you hit
does.
up these people, you send these
Delegate,
emails.
bruh.
You know, it's not like they don't want to do it or they're not doing it. It's just that like I'm doing it. You know, because my mind is just like, do this, do this, do this, do this. Get these businesses, do this. You know, but now like each year it's becoming easier. It's becoming bigger, so it's more, but it's easier. You know, so now I could just be like I think I will always be the person to talk to businesses. I just think I'm good with talking to people, like with businesses, with like anybody, artists, whatever. I'll do that. But it's like, you know, like just like getting more stuff, like more like the word, doing flyers, all that like little like stuff. It's like, you know, so it's a lot, you know? Like,
Yeah, it's a lot, but I feel like if you have the ability to do it,
yeah.
then you were meant to
Yeah,
do it.
exactly. And that's the thing. Like as it gets easier and I'm like learning, like it's getting easier for me each year, but it's more work but easier, you know?
Yeah.
So now I could more easily be like even like not this past High Club Fest in September, but the one before that, my sister was like, she could tell I was a little stressed during it, you know? And it's like, and but she even mentioned it like, oh, this year, like, I don't know if you're stressed, but I couldn't tell. You know, I could like it was so smooth. It was whatever because it was like I learned from the last one and like just putting in more work, you know, set myself up to not be stressed, you know? So but yeah, that's like the High Club
Dang,
Fest, man.
I saw a quote and I'm probably gonna chop this as much as possible, but it said your stress your stress and anxiety lies behind the things that you don't want to do. So as long as you do it and you have a plan for what you want to do and where you're going, you're not going to be as
Yeah,
stressed, you're not going to be anxious because if you put in enough work, then you know you did
yeah,
everything that you could possibly
for
do.
sure. For sure. It's like, yo, you just do what you're supposed to do. And of course things are gonna happen that are out of your control. But it's like I'm not going to like, yo, even if something happens, it's not derailing the whole thing. You know, like you just
Yeah.
got to deal with it in that moment. Keep a clear head, deal with it, keep it pushing. The show must go on. And that's like being an actor and model, like whatever, even a rapper, it's like show must go on, like figure it out and keep it pushing, you know? So
What are your plans on with dropping your music in 2025?
so I have so much in the vault, man. I do shows.
How many songs do you have in the vault?
I guess full songs, I'd say maybe 10. But
Okay.
like half like done songs, like more, you know? So,
Yeah.
but I have like songs that are done, but I just need to record.
Have you
And then
dropped an album before?
no, not by myself. Just like collab album with my homie Levon. But And that's what it's like. I love collabing with folks, but I do have to drop my own. Like I do have my own stuff. Even like the last songs I've been performing, I won a shout out to different studios in LA. I won a studio session with them. And they had me in there. We had like a 44-hour studio session. And I did a song called You Control the High. So I'll get it like a little tweaks, but I want to do a video for that. And then I did another song with the homie called Another Friend. And we've been performing those 2 tracks at our last shows. But I need to like just get a video and drop those. And then like I don't know, I just have a bunch of songs that I haven't like just completed. And then I have some with like a bunch of homies, that like maybe it's their song, but like I'm a featured on it, but like we just have to figure out when we could like
Yeah,
get it
absolutely.
finalized from a video. I kind of like dropping with videos, like
Yeah.
it's like, here's all of it. Here's the download link to like listen. You can watch it on like the video or whatever.
I think
But
that's smart.
ultimately, like, it's like, I guess I'm more of like a single dropper, like not albums or like we dropped the EP. Ultimately, I think for 2025, I'll be dropping single with videos and like a like more TikToks. People be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, drop more TikToks, act." I want to get more into acting, even like with our music videos, just more acting in it. So that's my plans, like doing more music, more videos, and acting. And in the first 3 months, you guys will hold me accountable. I'll be dropping for real bangers, bangers, and we
That's what's
go.
up.
Hey, let's get on one. Let's get on one.
Let's
I
get
love
on a joint
collabing, bro.
together.
Like, and that's why I say there's so much talent out here. I was like, shout out to you, Harrison.
Thank you.
Shout out to my man Tango. He messaged me and like
He's gonna be on the pod soon. Shout out
really
Tango.
See, and like he did a little story thing and he's like, oh, who wants to work? And I liked it or did like a story thing and I was like, no, let's work, and he said like, oh, like let me know when you're free. And like he's talented, bro. There's so much talent here, bro. We don't gotta go nowhere. Let's all just get together. Like even just this space right here, bro, is a blessing. Me being here is inspiring. Like it's
Thank
just
you.
like I'm gonna take this energy and like really grind. Like this is the energy that's actually gonna take me into 2025. So
That's what's up.
just to really create and really just drop and like, I love it. Like you guys are here doing it. So shout out to you guys for even like and shout out to Harrison for having this space, man, and even like because, bro, it's such a beautiful thing, man. Having a vision and seeing it come to life is crazy, man. It's crazy.
Well, like I said, like it's hard for me, especially to really like recognize where I'm at. And it's like I shout out Quail.
Oh,
Quail
yeah, right
just
there. Yeah.
right down there on the corner. We both I got here in August of 2023. It was 2023 of August. And they just had their 1 year in August of
Mm.
2024. And they had their little party or whatever they did, and they're like asking me, they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do for your 1 year?" And da da da. Da. And it's like I'm so set on what's next that it's really hard for me to be like, "Oh, let me just do a
Celebrate
little
that.
1 year." I can't really like. But then again, I was like, why didn't I
Yeah.
at least with my homies like
Yeah.
celebrate
Because
that
it is
and
a
come
milestone.
together?
It is.
Because it's like, dude, he's seen me.
Think
He
about
saw
how
this.
far you've come.
Yeah.
He's seen this place empty. There was nothing in here. He's helped me move this in there. That desk, 400 pounds. He put the TV up. That desk is 400 pounds. It took 3
It
of
was
us
tough.
to
I
get that
bet.
up these stairs.
I
on
bet. It's a cool
the
spot
side.
right here. This is
You know
it's
what
a
I'm
real
saying?
cool
Like,
spot.
so it's like, it's I'm blessed with the people that I'm around and the people who actually tell me to be like, yo, stop for a second and look around.
That's how
I
it is,
appreciate you
man.
telling me you're proud of me because I appreciate my parents. Thank you
Yes.
for giving me the opportunity in order to be able to, actually follow my dreams because
Definitely.
there's so many people that I've met along the way and so many good artists and good talent that I've seen where their parents said the
Yeah.
same thing your dad might have said a
Yeah.
while ago
They
and
don't have
said,
that support.
this is more of a Saturday thing,
Yeah.
not like a Monday through Friday thing. So you need to find something
And
else
that's
to
the
do.
thing. That's why I tell people, man, regardless of what your parents say, your family, your friends, whatever, keep going. Cause yeah, my dad might have been like, that shit don't pay the bills, but he supports me now because it's like, it's right there in front of his face. That's the thing. Like a lot of people don't have, life is perception.
Yeah.
And people don't have that same vision that you see and they don't see things that you see. but it doesn't mean it's not true.
At the
You
same
know?
time, though, I feel like it's got to be tough because like
Yeah,
your
it
parents will
is.
tell you you can do anything, do what you want, you'll be this,
Yeah.
this, and that, and then when you
They
do
most-
that, you're like, eh.
I think like they mostly mean like you can do anything that pays the bills
Yeah, feel
right
me?
away.
You can
know,
do
like-
anything
like
you
could
want
be
as
a
long as you
doctor or a
make.
lawyer, but it's like you have to have that notoriety right
They
away.
don't tell you there's an asterisk at the end of that
Yeah,
sentence.
yeah. That's the thing, man. It's not even like he didn't believe. It's not like my parents didn't support me or like whatever. But it's like if there was 100% support from the jump, it'd be different. You
Or
know, like,
maybe-
from the jump.
Or maybe he did support you from the jump and he used that sticky note to reverse psychology.
I doubt it.
How crazy would that
Well, the
be?
thing is,
He said, "I doubt
I
it."
will say, like my dad. Shout out to my pops. Like, of course, he has the house that we grew up in, and we had like an extra room. So Elijah and I would try to make it like our studio or whatever. And like he let us, but ultimately he would still be like, "Why are you doing that? You know, like that shit don't pay the bill. Like yada yada. Get a real job. Like whatever, whatever." Even then, it was like, of course, there was like a point in time where like, especially in my kind of early stoner days, I was already like a stoner, but like I would just be smoking and like I'd be thinking about my life, you know, like where in my mind I might not be doing things outwardly, but like in his mind it's like he's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Get a job, do this, do this, do this," and I'm like, "Oh, like trust me, you know, I'm just trying to get my stuff together like mentally and like so I could do this because I have the vision, but I just there's steps, you know."
So that when it happens, I'm focused on it and I can
Exactly.
maintain it.
But then at the same time, it was like he would kind of say things to me that would take me a step back mentally. When I'm thinking like I'm trying to convince him, trust in me, believe me, you know, whatever. But then now it's like I look back and it's like, see if you like, see, you know, it's like I'm making money off of modeling and acting, even though I didn't know I was gonna be a model, but it all came with it, you know, like with me just wanting to create my own way. Like I did the jobs. I was at Pachanga Buffet. I was doing a mobile detailing, like cleaning the cars and stuff. It was like I did it. I know I'm a good worker. I know I could climb up. I know I'll do the job, but I know I'll be not happy. I know I'll be depressed. And I was depressed when I was like, you know, and that's the thing. It's like I'm so happy. I'm so like people like talk to me. I'm so like positive and stuff that sometimes they'll like think I don't get sad or like that I've never been through like depression or something, you know. But it's like I get depressed and like even with my dad telling me every day like, "Oh, you have to do this, you have to do this." It's like, okay, like I feel like, "Oh, maybe I'm not doing enough," but at the same time it's like, "No, I just have to wait till this certain point or like I'm just trying to get this stuff together, you know?" But then like people will be like,
It's like that in between.
yeah, it's
You
like
know what I'm
It's all
saying?
about perspective.
and that's like, bro, healing in life is a journey, man. You'll have your ups and downs. You will. Like so like even when you're down, like you know what's
You're
going up.
delusional until you make
That's
it.
the thing. You have to be delusional in this life. In life, you have to be delusional. If not, then like I do like if you want to be comfortable by getting a job and like climbing up, you know, the corporate ladder or whatever you get your paycheck, like that's cool. You know, do it. But I'm like I wouldn't shit on that, but also like I don't like when people shit on what I'm doing. Cause sometimes people will look at me and like they'll almost say that like my job or career is like less than or not an actual job or career. And I'm like, hold on. You guys think I'm just out here being goofy on camera where it's like we have 12-hour days where we have
Yeah.
to fake laugh for 12 hours. You know, like fake laugh for 12 hours. You might think it's easy, but fake laughing for 12 hours is not easy.
A
You know,
certain
like
percentage of it has to be jealousy.
yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and that's like, I feel like people look at that as it's not a real job because it's like almost like one of those like jobs with dream job where like you could just like, no, like I'm in the struggling, like the broke actor phase. You know, like I'm in that struggling artist phase. Like I'm almost there though. That's the thing. Like you have to cancel out that noise and like just listen to your peers. Like I said, like the people that I'm actually meeting on sets giving me my props, when I look at them like, damn, those are real actors and models and they're giving me my props. That's just like, bro, like people who aren't in the business, they don't know. They're just going off of what like the outside saying like, oh, if it's not paying your bills right now, you're not gonna make it. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
hold on, like I can get one commercial that give me 10 bands tomorrow.
And you
You
need
know?
that though. You need the positive affirmations
Exactly.
from
That-
somebody who's already doing it.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's easy to get imposter syndrome to be like, damn, like, you know, like I'll get booked 4 months, like once a week, and then like for this last like couple months of the year, it's always slow. The last couple months of the year, but then it's like, damn, I'm not getting bookings. Like the first year, I was getting bookings, then it was like slow, and I was like, damn, like is this it for me? Like my model and acting career was that quick, but then it was just like, then I got my highest paying gig in January, and I was like, oh nah, it's just how it goes, just how it goes, you know. So even then, bro, like each year I get my like a crazy high paying gig. Next year, bro, that's what it is. Like even like right now, it might be slow. Like who knows what I'm gonna get next month? Who knows? Like who knows? So gotta keep riding it, you know. And that's the thing, bro. Like just believing in yourself, believe in yourself, believe in your people. Like I believe in you guys, and I think you guys believe in me, and that's like enough for me to like just the fact that you guys like wanted me on this podcast to talk to y'all is like enough to make me be like, damn, like like I'm doing something right, you know? Like I think, like to me. So I
Well,
appreciate you
you
guys.
are. Yeah. Anyone who's willing to be a leader of a collective, and I see the way that your peers look at you, and not only that, it's not like I've been a weirdo. I've known your brother
Yeah. Oh,
since
for real. Yeah.
2018, 2019. I've seen the way you guys move before I even met
Yeah.
you. So it's like seeing how you guys have grown and how we have all grown. Like it's like if you weren't serious about it, you would have quit a long
Yeah.
time ago.
And that's what
You
I
know?
like too, because there's a lot like I grew up here. And so many people that I see from high school or people that even know Elijah, like and like I'll talk and they'll like give me my props and stuff. And it's like I love that because I do like, of course, I'm focused on what I'm doing right now, but it's like people have been seeing me for the last 10 years doing it. You know, me and Levon, we've been rapping. I've been like working on like my commercials, modeling, like acting and all this stuff. And it's like that's that imposter syndrome or like where you don't take a step back and be like, oh shit, like I am.
You're
But
already
ultimately when
doing
people
it.
talk about me, it's like I want to be like, oh, just wait, you know, like just wait. But it's like, no, 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 no. Like they're like looking at me like they're doing like even some people like they want to do it. They're looking at me as like, oh, you're doing something I want to do, or like you're doing something that like I don't want to do, but it's cool to see. Like being an actor or model, that's a different job, you know. So it's cool for people to give me that, you know.
But you got to look at everyone else as well as like Bishop said, it's almost a sense of like a part of jealousy because it's also like, yeah, people have hated on me. Bro, I've heard everything in the book, okay? And but they're still watching
Yeah, yeah,
and they're still the ones looking at me and they're still the ones I haven't thought about them at all, but they're
yeah.
still talking about me. They're still saying stuff about me behind my
And
back and doing
you
whatever.
never know who's watching.
And it's like, exactly. And you never know who's watching, but it's also like, shout out all my haters. It's also like, what? How are you hating on me for following my dreams and doing something I actually want to do? You're gonna get that job that you're going 9 to 5.
Exactly.
You're gonna get a wife. You're gonna get a house in the suburbs and have maybe 2 to 3 kids, whatever it is you want. Maybe no kids. You're gonna have a car. You're gonna have your wife's car. You're gonna have 2 car payments. You're gonna have a mortgage. You're gonna have whatever. And you're getting mad at me because I don't want that and I want more for myself.
Like you
Because I-
said, like you said, it's you already said it. That's what they want, or at least that's what they think they want.
That's the thing. Regardless, I think even when we all make it and we're
Yeah.
at like a level that's unfathomable to us right now, I don't think any of us will look at anyone who doesn't want to do what we're doing less than. You
Oh,
know, and
well,
when people
oh.
look at me as if like I don't know, it's just weird because it's like hold on, like I support people and like I think like even with like high club, higher thoughts, higher living, higher values, it's like whatever you're doing in my mind, whether it's like the traditional stuff or like outside the box, just do it to your full potential. Do it like as if like
Absolutely.
just at your highest potential, you know, like don't live for anybody else. But then I feel like people will look at just the job and will prejudge. You know, like I don't look at anyone's job or career, what they're doing.
How are you gonna judge someone for making money?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like we're all, like I said, we're all trying to make it in our own ways. We all have special talents, but it's like I would never tear someone down regardless of their job. And I don't think I get like torn down or anything, but I think people look at like what I do as not a real job or something, you know?
I
Yeah.
think people are jealous of rappers because, like you said, they don't see it as a real job. But that's not the only thing they're jealous of. They're jealous of not having the ability to get paid to do what they want.
Yeah, what
On
they
top
love. That's
of
what it
not
is.
knowing what the fuck they want.
That's what I think.
That's
a
some
lot.
real
Not knowing
shit.
what you want is why you like a lot of people don't go for it.
Bro,
You know,
that's why
like,
people
it's-
get divorced. That's
Yeah.
like no, like, and it sucks. It sucks that people's minds change or you just don't know.
Yeah.
But
That's the thing. And your mind can change, but as long as you're confident in what you're like changing or doing, then you could do it. Instead of like not changing and then being mad at the next person or yeah, it's just that's why I will always preach. You're allowed to change your mind, but at the end of the day, do what makes you happy. Whether it's like a relationship or a job or like your career, just do it. Just do whatever makes you happy. Because if not, then what are you living for? You know, like you're just gonna be living for someone else.
I'm not cutting this short in no way, shape or form.
we can
I
do
wanna-
part twos.
We're gonna do a part 2, okay?
Sure.
But I want to ask you a question to leave with the people. Okay. I'm just going to do 2 big ones, 2 big goals that you want in 2025. And then on the part 2, well, we'll do the part 2 mid 2025 somewhere. We'll do a couple parts.
Let's
You're going
do
to
it.
be on the one with Elijah as
Let's
well.
do
He was
it.
talking about holding people accountable, so I feel like that's a really good way.
Yeah.
It's a really good way to
Exactly.
start off.
And we
The
can look
update-
back.
The update on this, and when I bring my friends, when I bring High Club with me, my brother, and like, come on,
The High
hey,
Club one is going to be
listen,
turned.
This is.
We need more mics.
I got some mics. I'll bring some. We'll bring more cameras, and it's like,
I'll
bro,
just
it's gonna be
I'll
great.
get
It's
a
gonna be great.
couple more.
Thank you guys
things.
for having me, for real,
It's
Absolutely,
been a
brother.
vibe, bro.
for real. And so you said what is 2 goals?
2 goals of 2025.
Okay, so I'd say one of my goals is I think what would be really cool is to like be on a billboard.
Real
So-
quick. I apologize for cutting you
Oh,
off.
no, go ahead.
I feel like maybe we should separate it because music does matter more. We should do one on your personal and then musical
I
goals.
got so,
So
many
give us
goals.
4.
I got so many goals. So I guess like when it comes to career, whether it's music or acting or modeling, getting on a billboard and then dropping more music. You know, like I just need to drop more. I need to drop more videos and like just create more. And TikTok, man. I don't know if it's getting banned or whatever, but like people be hitting me up and they'll be like,
Fingers crossed.
they'll be like, yo, like put your music on TikTok. And I'm just like, I need to do more TikTok. You know, like I need to.
I say that every day,
That's what,
brother.
every day. And ultimately, like I said, it's just doing it. It's just doing it. Like get past the thoughts of whatever and just doing it, you know? So getting on a billboard, doing TikToks, and then like personally, I just want to focus on myself, getting more spiritual, and going on more like nature walks, meditating every day, and like working out every day, you know? Just getting that mind, body, and soul right. Because whenever I am going out to nature every day and meditating and praying every day, that's when like things happen for me. You know, like I just flow. Like we're all like we have to be in a natural flow state because we're all fluid beings, you know, especially like just being connected to the universe and taking those signs and just moving how you're supposed to move. Just tapping in, man. Because when you tap in, it's like shit happens. So that's my goal is like just to tap in, be more spiritual, more like physically healthy, mentally healthy, and then getting on a billboard, starting my own films, and then dropping more music. And just like there's so many talented folks. Like I think next year I'm gonna collab with a lot of people.
Okay. Now I lied. This is the last question. What's one thing you could tell to an aspiring artist, an aspiring creator, an aspiring actor? What's one thing you would leave them with?
I would say if you're trying to be a rapper, actor, or model, I think even something I'm working on is just create your own stuff. Just like, because sometimes we get in the habit of waiting for something to happen. And like, I think if you create your own stuff, and like I said earlier, where opportunity is when it was a quote where opportunity is when like luck meets preparation. So like we'll say on the like we met a lovely couple earlier, Jeff and his wife, and
What was it? Shout out Jeff.
shout out Jeff. It was his birthday, and he said he got lucky on like taking over his business, and I was like, whoa, you were lucky now, but if you weren't prepared, you wouldn't have got the opportunity. So it was the quote I heard, like opportunity is when luck meets preparation, and when you're prepared, you just keep going, and then like you will get that opportunity. It will come, and it's
Jeff
gonna
was
come in the
not
form of
prepared.
luck. Say it again.
Jeff was not prepared.
Oh yeah, I will say now.
Jeff was
shout out
not
Jeff.
prepared.
It was his
Tonight.
birthday.
It was
For
his
those
birthday.
drinks.
Jeff was doing his
55.
thing.
55.
We met Jeff at Coin Op.
Jeff and Bobby Joe.
Was that
Bobby
him?
Joe.
Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe.
And they shout out to them. Everything happens for a reason. Now we gave them. I gave them my phone number. They called us. They texted us and said, Jeff was laying in the grass somewhere in Old Town.
To be
and they
fair,
asked
I
for
think
some
we
help.
got him past his tipping point.
I do think okay.
I think him meeting us, he took like
they did drink
they
with
had a
us.
few
and,
drinks with us.
Luckily, they stayed in Old Town at a hotel, but Jeff did not make it to the hotel. Shout out Jeff if you're watching. We helped him out, and everything's
I
good.
don't even think they opened that bottle, bro, because it was pretty full. when we
Oh, the
drank
other
some.
no, they didn't.
Well,
they,
I
they
mean,
didn't
half
need
of
They
it-
didn't need it.
Half of it is on the table now
Oh,
of wherever they're at.
gosh.
But shout out Bobby Joe. Thanks for
but
those shots.
shout out Jeff and Bobby Joe, man.
Y'all think
But
he's sleeping on the toilet?
Yeah,
he's
for sure.
He's
There's
gonna
no
wake
way
up
she
tomorrow
got
morning.
him
He's
up.
gonna be like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
But I will say, just keep striving, man. If you have a dream, chase it forever. Cause like Gary Vee says, you're never too old. And that's the thing, man. People say I'm pushing 30. I'm 28 right now. But it's like every day's a new day. I feel like I'm getting younger. Like I feel like, like I haven't reached my prime yet. So every day's a new day to choose who you want to be. And I do think if you are making art, if you're a rapper, a painter, an artist, a actor, whatever, claim it. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to be making money off of it. Claim it right now as you're doing it for a hobby or whatever. Claim it, live it, and speak it into existence, and it'll happen.
Just be who you
Be who
are.
you
You
are,
know what
for
I'm saying?
real.
If you're a rapper,
Be
be
it.
a rapper.
Confidently.
Confidently.
Because if you don't believe in yourself and you are constantly asking the people around you, am I good enough? It don't matter if they think it's not going to work out. You have to you have to fully delusionally believe in yourself and what you got going on. Like you have to. So
Something that I heard on social media today was age is subjective. As in, if you're only going to live till you're 30, if you're 18, you're old.
true.
But if you're 30 and you're going to live till you're 90, 100,
You're young.
you're young.
Yeah.
It's all how you perceive it. You
It's
feel me?
life too.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, damn. Haven't heard that one before. That is
Junior,
true.
it was lovely having you on today.
Thank you. my
Would
man.
you like to take the time to shout out all your social medias?
Yes. So thank you, everybody who's listening. Thank you, Music Matters More. Thank you, Harrison. Thank you, Bishop, man.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. For real. Shout out High Club. Shout out Levon. Shout out Elijah. Shout out Mac. Shout out everybody. And we're going to be back, man. Follow me on social media at Junior Kingdo. Follow the High Club page at High Club G49. We got crazy shit coming next year. We got music. We got films. We got events. Crazy stuff, man. So
Shout out High Club. Shout out Music Matters More. Shout out Bishop. Shout out Junior.
ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
You guys have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful
Yeah.
night. Make sure to like and subscribe.